morning.
Morning.
We're studying out of the book of Leviticus, we're on chapter 6. Start with prayer. Father, thank you for this day. I thank you for the opportunity to study your word. Father, as we study, give us the wisdom, give us the understanding according to your will. These things I ask in our Lord Jesus' name. Amen. Verse 1.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, If a soul sin, and commit a trespass against the Lord, and lie unto his neighbor, in that which was delivered him to keep, or in fellowship, or in a thing taken away by violence, or has deceived his neighbor, or have found that which was lost, and lies concerning it, and swear falsely, in any of all these that a man doeth, sinneth therein. Then it shall be, because he has sinned and is guilty, that he shall restore that which he took violently away, or the thing which he had deceitfully gotten, or that which was delivered him to keep, or the lost thing which he found, or all that about which he had sworn falsely, he shall even restore it in the principal, and shall add the fifth part thereto, and give it unto him to whom it appertaineth in the day of his trespass offering. And he shall bring his trespass offering unto the Lord, a ram without blemish out of the flock, without estimation, for a trespass offering unto the priest. And the priest shall make an atonement for him before the Lord, and it shall be forgiven him for anything of all that he has done in trespassing therein.
Let's stop it now. Now we're going back to a trespass offering. And we've covered 7 ways to make a trespass offering, and also different animals in each one of those situations. So let me deal with it so everybody will not be confused. When we first got to the trespass offering, you had a situation that someone had sinned and did not know it, but later discovered that they had sinned. God allowed them to bring a female animal for that situation. Then you get into a situation that you hear people lying and cursing and doing other things, and you partook in it. Then you had a situation where it was another trespass offering, where you can bring a male or a female. Now you take a look at this situation. If someone gave you something to keep for them, and you defraud them out of it, or you took it by violence, or someone who found it and did not tell that person, but you kept it for yourself. Now this is what God is saying. If you do this type thing to your neighbor, it is sin. Now look at what he said you have to do. Now in this situation, he's telling you you have to bring a ram, meaning a male animal, and store another fifth of what you took. So now in this situation, you got to bring a male animal, not a female. That is not an option, a female or a male. It is a ram from the flock. This is what you have to bring for this particular type of sin, which also is a trespass. Okay? Go ahead, Annie.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Command Aaron and his sons, saying, This is the law of the burnt offering. It is the burnt offering because of the burning upon the altar all night until the morning. And the fire of the altar shall be burning in it. And the priest shall put on his linen garment and his linen breeches, and he put upon his flesh and take up the ashes which the fire has consumed with the burnt offering on the altar, and he shall put them beside the altar. And he shall put off his garment, and put on other garments, and carry forth the ashes without the camp unto a clean place. And the fire upon the altar shall be burning in it. It shall not be put out. And the priest shall burn wood on it every morning, and lay the burnt offering in order upon it. And he shall burn thereon the fat of the peace offering. The fire shall ever be burning upon the altar. it shall never go out.
Now let's take a look at what he's talking about. A burnt offering. I want you to understand what he's telling them. They got to do a burnt offering in the morning and in the evening. And look at what he's saying concerning the fire. It is to never go out, meaning it is a 24/7 fire at that altar. So therefore, once a priest took a burnt offering, and that is a male animal, even he did a peace offering, whatever, that fire is to never go out. And this is when the whole thing started. God is the one who lit the altar. So now, we know that every morning and every evening, the priests have to make a burnt offering. We also know that the fire also have to burn continuously. We also know that the priests have to take the ashes out. I want you to take a look at how they dress. You got to put on a pair of breeches along with the robe. Once they get the ashes, they have to change clothes. They now have to take the ashes out to a clean place. Now the ashes are on the east side of the altar. And they take these ashes to a place they consider clean and dump them. This is the situation with the burnt offering. Go ahead, Dad.
And this is the law of the meat offering. The sons of Aaron shall offer it before the Lord, before the altar. And he shall take of it in his handful of the flour of the meat offering, and the oil thereof, and the frankincense which is upon the meat offering, and shall burn it upon the altar for a sweet savor, even the memorial it unto the Lord. And the remainder thereof shall Aaron and his son eat. With unleavened bread shall it be eaten in the holy place. In the court of the tabernacle of the congregation they shall eat it. And it shall not be taken from leaven, and it shall not be baked with leaven. I have given it unto them for their portion of my offering made by fire. It is most holy, as is the sin offering, and as the trespass offering. All the males among the children of Aaron shall eat of it. It shall be a statute forever in your generation concerning the altar of the Lord made by fire. Everyone that touches them shall be holy. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, This is the offering of Aaron and of his son, and they shall offer it unto the Lord in the day when he is anointed. The 10th part of an ephah of fine flour for a meat offering. Perpetual, half of it is in the morning, and half thereof at night. In a pan it shall be made with oil, and when it is baked, thou shalt bring it in, and the baked pieces of the meat offering shall thou offer for a sweet savor unto the Lord. And the priest of his son that is anointed in his stead shall offer it. It is a statute forever unto the Lord. It shall be wholly burnt. For every meat offering for the priest shall be wholly burnt. It shall not be eaten.
Just stop them. I want you to look at what he's saying about the meat offering. Nothing but bread. This also is something that has to be offered in the morning along with the burnt offering, and in the evening along with the burnt offering. Now, meat offering. You have oil, frankincense, and you got that flour. Now he said you can bake this in a pan. This is a meat offering. Now he goes into the situation, who has the right to be able to eat part of this offering? He said the sons of Aaron. So I don't want to get anybody confused. When he says sons of Aaron, it means the bloodline of Aaron. Long after Aaron has died, his bloodline continues. So unless a man has the bloodline of Aaron, he cannot be a priest. If you ever read the book of Ezra and Nehemiah, you're going to see there were some men when they came out of captivity could not prove their lineage, who considered themselves bloodline of Aaron, was taken out of the priesthood because they could not prove it. So this is when he say, sons of Aaron, bloodline of Aaron. Now you got a situation when he said flour. If a priest take flour and offer it up as a peace offering, he cannot take that flour back and eat it as part of his meal. He has to burn it totally on the altar. Now let's take a look at what he said with the first meat offering in the pan. He said you could take it into the holy place. Now you have a tent that's out there in the outer court. It is divided in two parts, holy and most holy. Meaning, if the priest desired to eat any of that bread that was baked in that pan, they have to take it into the holy place. That is the only place they can consume. If any of that is left over, they have to bring it out and burn it that morning. So now, anything that they consume, if they do not consume everything, they have to bring it back to the altar and burn it. And remember, that fire on the altar is burning continuously. It never goes out. Go ahead, Dave.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and to his sons, saying, This is the law of the sin offering. In the place where the burnt offering is killed, shall the sin offering be killed before the Lord. It is most holy. The priest that offer it for a sin offering shall eat it. In the holy place shall they be eaten, in the court of the tabernacle of the congregation. Whatsoever shall touch the flesh thereof shall be holy. And when there is sprinkling of the blood thereof upon thy garment, thou shalt wash that whereon it was sprinkled in the holy place. But the earthen vessel wherein it is, sordid shall be broken, and it shall be sodden in a basin pot. It shall be brought scorned and rinsed in the water. All the males among the priests shall eat thereof. It is most holy. And no sin offering, whereof it of the blood is brought unto the tabernacle of the congregation to reconcile with all the holy place, shall be eaten. It shall be burnt in the fire.
Now let's take a look at this particular flour. It is being offered as a sin offering. I want you to take a look at the difference when it's becoming a sin offering and a meat offering. As it's being used as a sin offering, the priest is able to consume part of that offering. Now I want you to take a look at what he's saying. Also, if he eat this, he has to go into the holy place. He also stipulated if a priest get any blood on his garment with a burnt offering, that's not for one place he can wash. That's also in the holy place. Now, if you got a tent, again, it's divided into two parts. Any activity that is taking place for us eating or cleansing of anything, you have to go to the holy place. He also mentioned if you have a vessel made out of clay, meaning out of soil, if you got pottery. If you use this in this sin offering, you're supposed to break it. You're not supposed to keep it. That's what you have to do with it. If you have, say, made out of brass, then you wash it. Okay? Now, the priest is fully dressed when he makes these sacrifices. If for any reason his clothes get stained with blood or anything and he wants to clean it, he cannot carry it home. He cannot wash it out in the outer court. You have to take it inside where you got the most holy place. Sister, if you don't mind, if you put up the diagram of the tabernacle with the tent, I will make sure everybody understands exactly where the holy place is. So now, we just went back through some of the same sacrifices the priests have to make. Now, the priests have to be on top of their game. Now, if you look at the diagram, if you take a look at the tent, and you got that purple line separating the holy from the most holy place, where you see that first compartment is the most holy place. That is where they do all of the washing of any garment. If they do any eating, that's where they do it. They cannot do it outside of that. Okay? Now, that altar you see in the front is where you have to have that fire continuously all day and night. Never go out. Later on, when you see when the children of Israel go into the land, they had people serving them, bringing wood. This is why. They consumed quite a bit of wood because that altar had to burn continuously. So this is part of the job of some people, bringing wood to the priest. So therefore, when you look at that, each compartment is used in a certain way. Now God is telling the priest, anything you touch, you become holy along with the thing that you sacrifice. That is the only reason you partake in eating of it. Now, I don't want anybody to think that the priest at some point in time can take some of this stuff home. You cannot take any of this home for your wife or your children to eat. Now let me explain something about your children, about their children, I should say. A male child, if he's born to a priest, cannot become a priest until he turns 30. If he's not 30, he's not allowed to eat anything or go do any sacrifice. So when you say Aaron, sons of Aaron, they have to be 30 years old. If they're regular priests, at the age of 50, they have to retire. If you are the high priest, you never retire. You die in that position. Okay? So that's what you're dealing with. So now, you got a situation, trespass offering. This is the third chapter that dealt with trespass offering. Different situation, same scene. Sin offering. Same situation with flour. They didn't say anything about bringing an animal in this situation. Flour. Now, when we go so far in the Bible, you're going to hear something about, they say daily sacrifices. This is what I want you to understand what they mean when they say daily sacrifices. Every morning, the priest had to make a burnt offering and a meat offering. Every evening, he had to make a burnt offering and a peace offering. Those are the daily sacrifices. Even if no one showed up to make a sacrifice for sin or whatever, those two sacrifices have to be made every single day. Meat offering, burnt offering. Okay? Now, do anybody have any questions so far about these offerings? Probably quite. Go ahead.
I don't have a question about the offering, but you know when they break down the tent and travel, do that pie still be burning?
They take some of it to the tank,
Oh,
vessel. And then when they get ready to stop, then they put the wood in, put the fire in that vessel. That's what they use to ignite. Right. The same thing about those candlesticks on the inside. Those things are supposed to stay lit day and night. But when they travel, they have to break it down. But that's how they carry it. Any other questions? Now, we're going to chapter 7. Now, this is what I need you to do for me. I need you to read way ahead. Now, this is what I would like to do after we get through the first 5 books of the Bible, which is the law. I want to go into the prophets. Okay? But I want you to know what the law is first. So when you see the word law, you have all read it, and you know what they're talking about. Like right now, I'll say this again. Most people, when you hear the word law, they're thinking about the 10 Commandments. Everything we're reading now with this sacrifice is the law. Meaning, if you living under the Old Testament, all the stuff you just read is what you got to do. So keep that in mind. So if that's it, everybody stay safe. And we go to chapter 7 next week.